Bonjour. In today's video, which is the first of two videos, we will look at how to solve les équations du deuxième degré avec un inconnu. In English, second degree equations or quadratic equations. This is a term that is most commonly used in English, quadratic equation. It means the same thing as a second degree equation. So what is a second degree equation? A second degree equation is an equation where the unknown is raised to the second power. That's why it's called second degree. So this example, 23x squared plus 6x is equal to 12 is a quadratic equation or an equation du deuxième degré avec un inconnu because there's only one unknown. There is no x. There's no y here. There's only x. And of course, a second degree equation also includes a first degree term. So you have 23x squared plus 6x is equal to 12. But if it was just simply 23x squared is equal to 12, if this other term was not there, then also it would be called a second degree equation because finally you have the unknown to the second power. Similarly, if this term was not there at all and it was something like 6x is equal to 12, then it would no longer be a second degree equation, it would be a first degree equation, which is very simple to solve. X is equal to 12 divided by 6, which means 2. This is a first degree equation, also called a linear equation. So in these two videos, we will learn how to solve an equation like this, how to find out a value. Every quadratic equation, every second degree equation has two values of x that can satisfy the equation. So instead of having just one solution, as in this case, you will have two solutions. Some quadratic equations have only one solution. Essentially, they have two solutions which are the same. And you can even get quadratic equations that have no solutions. That means you cannot find a value of x that will satisfy the equation. We will come to that later on. So, other examples of quadratic equations are these. Minus 6x squared is equal to minus 60. This is a quadratic equation just because the x is raised to the power 2, à la puissance 2. Here it's very simple. You can even see x squared is equal to minus 60 over 6. So x squared is equal to 10. So x is equal to root of 10, square root of 10. This is very simple. We can do it in our heads. This is another equation. X squared over 8 plus 24x is equal to 17. One way to solve a second degree equation is by factorization. We have looked at this. We have done this in one of the chapters. We have done this before. So if you have x squared, 2x carré moins x égale à 15, we can factorize it. First I'll take the 15 on that side. It will become minus 15. I'll be left with 0 here. 2x carré moins x moins 15 est égal à 0. Both of these are the same equation. And then I factorize by something called inspection. That's why I put it in quotes. That I factorize it like this. X minus 3 into 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. So this equation is the same as this equation. Once I factorize it, then either this term is 0, x minus 3 is 0, because if this whole thing is 0, then the answer will also be 0, irrespective of what this is. Or 2x plus 5 is 0, so that means if this is 0, then irrespective of what this term is, the answer will be 0. So if you can factorize a second degree equation like this, then you have solved it, because either this is 0 or this is 0. Let's see. Donc, x moins 3 est égal à 0 ou 2x plus 5 est égal à 0. Either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. Si x moins 3 est égal à 0, alors x est égal à 3. You take minus 3 on that side, you'll get x is equal to 3. And si 2x plus 5 est égal à 0, donc 2x est égal à moins 5, x est égal à moins 5 sur 2. So this equation has two solutions. Either x is equal to 3, if you plug that in, you'll get that. Similarly, or x is equal to minus 5 over 2, if you plug that in, you'll get that. So, just in this particular case, I will actually do this plugging in. So, we'll do the verification. Let's take, if with x is equal to 3, we take the membre gauche. I'm taking this way of writing it here. 2x carré moins x moins 15 est égal à 0. 2x carré moins x moins 15 est égal à 0. So I'm only taking the membre gauche. So what do I get? X is equal to 3. So I get 2 into 3 to the power 2 minus 3 minus 15. I get 2 into 3 to the power 2 is 3 to the power 2 is 9. 9 into 2 is 18. Minus 3 minus 15. So we get 0, which is equal to membre droite. So therefore x is equal to 3 is verified to be a solution to this equation. Let's try the other value that we got. X est égal à moins 5 sur 2. Membre gauche est égal à 2x carré moins x moins 15. So we have 2 fois moins 5 sur 2 au carré, moins 5 sur 2, moins 15. So minus 5 over 2, I mean it's a negative number. When you square it, you'll get a positive number. You'll get 25 over 4, 5 square over 2 square, that is 25 over 4. Here the minus minus will become plus, so you get 5 over 2 minus 15. Here 2 and 4 you can cancel out, you can divide, so you'll get 25 over 2 plus 5 over 2 minus 15. So this is 25 over 2 plus 5 over 2 is equal to 30 over 2 minus 15. 30 over 2 is equal to 15. 15 minus 15 is equal to 0, which is equal to membre droite. So we have verified that these two solutions, these two values are indeed the solutions of this equation. At this point you might be asking that how did I know, how could I take this equation and factorize it this way? The answer is you have to do it by inspection. By inspection means you just have to see it. There is no systematic way of doing it. So how did I see that this is equal to this, and does it require any special skill to see that this is equal to this? Well, I must tell you that no. How did I know that this is equal to this? Very frankly, I have to tell you that I started by this, and that is how I wrote that. So first I did this in rough. I just chose some terms like this. Then I worked them out and it came to this. So I went actually the opposite way. If me, Kim Da, you had given this to begin with, I wouldn't have been able to come to this. So factorizing by inspection, this is a technical term, by inspection, is very, very difficult, and except for very simple second degree equations, it's almost impossible to factorize. So this is not a guaranteed solution to a random equation that you have to solve. There is no way you will be able to factorize it. Right. So since factorization by inspection is rarely possible, we develop another method to solve second degree equations with one unknown. So we will use, there are ways of solving it, and we will find the way to solve it, which I'll show you in the next video. But before we do that, we have to learn to write such equations in a standard form. So what is a standard form? We have to write it like this: ax carré plus bx plus c est égal à 0. This is the standard form of writing a second degree equation, équation de deuxième degré, where a is a number, b is a number, c is another number, and x is the unknown. X is the unknown, a, b, c are given numbers. So if we take this equation, then a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus 1, and C is equal to minus 15. If you use those three values and write it out like this, you will come back to this. Okay. So I have taken an example here. For example, let's take this equation, minus 3x carré moins 6x plus 23 est égal à x plus 1 au carré. Remember, this is what is known as an identité remarquable. So we get here minus 3x square minus 6x plus 23 is equal to, we will expand that, we will develop that, x carré plus 2x plus 1. Remember, when you a plus b au carré est égal à a carré plus 2ab plus b carré. That is it, x carré 2ab 2 fois x plus fois 1, ça c'est 2x, 1 au carré, ça c'est 1. So then we rewrite it, or we move all the terms to one side. So we have minus 3x square minus 6x plus 23 that I have just copied. Then I put all these three terms on the other side. Minus x square minus 2x minus 1. All of these are positive. So when they come on this side, they become negative, is equal to 0, because 0 is all that is left on this side. So now we simplify this. We'll get moins 3x carré moins x carré is moins 4x carré moins 6x moins 2x c'est moins 8x plus 23 moins 1, ça c'est 22 est égal à 0. This we see, we can divide by 2, we can simplify, so we can say dividing by 2 we get minus 2x square minus 4x plus 11 is equal to 0. So now usually it's not necessary, but usually we try to keep a as positive. This first number we try to keep as positive. So what we can do is we can multiply both left side and right side by minus 1. Here remember, when we are dividing both sides, we are dividing by 2, we are dividing both sides by 2. Even 0 we are dividing by 2. 0 divided by any number, any non-zero number gives us 0. So that is why this side doesn't change, but this side it becomes half, because we divided by 2. Moins 2x carré moins 4x plus 11. So to make, normally a is made positive. This minus 2 should become plus 2. So to do that, we multiply the entire thing by minus 1, left side as well as right side. So we will get 2x carré plus 4x moins 11. This, all the signs change, that's all that happens, is equal to 0. 0 into minus 1 is still 0. So this is our final equation in this form. Even though we started with a long thing like this, we finally got it down to this form, where here a is equal to 2, b is equal to 4 and c is equal to minus 11. Okay, right. So this is the end of this video. We will now, there's the in video problems. So what you have to do is, I have given you three equations here, 1, 2, 3, that should be 3 anyway. I've given you three equations here, and I want you to rewrite them in this form, to develop them, expand them, develop them, and rewrite them in ax carré plus bx plus c est égal à 0. All three you have to do, and you have to write what a is equal to, what b is equal to, what c is equal to for each one of them. Then in the next video, what we will do is we will actually solve this equation. We will not use numbers, we will use a, b and c. So we will find out the values of x in terms of a, b and c. Mathematically speaking, we will, in the next video, we will solve ax plus bx plus c, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. That is, we will find out the solution of the above. We will find out values of x as a function of a, b and c. I am saying values in plural because you will have two solutions to quadratic equations. Like here we saw, we got two solutions, x is equal to 3 and x is equal to minus 5 over 2. So similarly, we will get a formula where x will be on the left side and on the right side will be combinations of a, b and c. And you will see that there are two values that you can get after you plug in the values of a, b and c like this. Indeed, we might, when we solve that, we will even plug in these values into that equation, into that formula rather, not equation, and it will give us the solution of this particular equation. Okay, I stop here. Work these out. This should take you about 2 minutes each. Be careful, don't make mistakes. And in the next video, which we will actually learn how to solve these. Okay, I stop here.